All right, guys, I want to take time to kind of go over today. We're starting a project in class, and you guys can obviously will be doing that also. And so I want to kind of go over today's lesson because this lesson is going to kind of carry over into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. I'll kind of go through these instructions. I'm going to go through the handout itself. It says here we will begin a project over economic systems. You can be in a group of 3 to 4. I know you're at home working remotely, guys. You're more than welcome to contact anybody within my economics classes, and you guys can work on this together because it's going to be a Google Slides. If any of you are working remotely that want to work together remotely, you can, because all it's going to take is you to get in touch with them. One of you create a Google Slides and share it with the other person. So I had a student today ask me that she knew one of you guys that were working remotely and asked if she could work with you. I said, that is great. Know that that is possible. You're more than welcome to do that. You can have up to 3 to 4 people or up to 4 people in a group, but it's up to you if you want to contact friends. If you want to do it alone, that's fine. But it'd be easier if you had a group because it'd be less work on you for sure. So anyway, and I've kind of mentioned that there. Here in the highlighted yellow, it says each day you will work on the project and then complete an Edpuzzle over a specific economic system that will be at the bottom of the page. And right down here, you see then complete socialism Edpuzzle. So this project talks about economic systems. So you'll do a little bit on the work on your project each day, and then watch a short Edpuzzle over an economic system. So today it says read the instructions and the scenario. Message me if you have any questions. Again, always message me if you need to. It says you will create a Google Slides, okay, and there's your little note there. Divide up the work if you're in a group there, and include the information about how to set up our society. Put the information along with pictures, images to give us the best visual representation of your island. Each day, we will add to this PowerPoint. So we'll do some each day, and you kind of can pace yourself however you want to do that. Read the scenario and create your own society. Today you will discuss your economic plan and discuss the land will be owned or how. I need to edit that there. But here's the instructions right here in this page right here. I'm going to click on that. Matter of fact, let me save this because it's not letting me do anything. I've saved that. There's the bell. Okay, let me click on it now, and it's going to take you to this page, and this is going to be the instruction page. There it comes. It's being a little slow here. And I'll read the scenario to you. It says the scenario says, take a good look around because these are the people with whom you have been shipwrecked on a distant, uncharted island. As far as you know, you're the only survivors of a global catastrophe, and it's up to you to develop a new society. This society should meet your needs as you define them, and it should avoid the mistakes of the old ones, those who died in the recent tragedy. Use the questions provided to guide your discussion on how you will set up your society. Now, it says record your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Guys, we're just going to do a Google slide, so don't necessarily worry about that part of it. Here's kind of what's really important. This stuff right here, guys, is really important for you to use building your society. It says this is a beautiful island. It's tropical. Average temperature is 80 degrees. Has many sources of food. There's fruit trees, fish, land for agriculture, and it has a steady wind from the west of about 15 miles an hour. Remember, not a vacation. You are stranded here. It is up to you to set up your new society. So if you've ever seen the show Survivor, the first thing they do, they get dropped off on the island. We talk about factors of production, things like that, and needs versus wants. First thing they've got to do is they've got to make their shelter. Okay, they've got to find shelter, food, clothing, limited to what obviously you're going to have on your back there. But food and clothing are going to be two big things that you deal with. And again, this information in this last paragraph will help you with that. Okay. Now let's go down. You don't really necessarily have to worry about this part of it, guys, especially if you're working alone. This is just kind of for groups that if you need somebody to kind of give you guidance to explain, kind of keep you on task per se. So don't necessarily worry about that. So starting your society, obviously your Google Slides, your first Google slide probably be the name of your island, kind of your group members, and then you're going to go into your economic plan. Okay, basically what will be produced, how is it going to be produced, and for whom are you producing? Obviously, it's just a few of you on the island right now, so you're going to produce for those of you there on the island. What about the government, individuals, or is it going to be mixed? What are you going to do there? How will your island be governed there? Be involved? Will the government be involved in the economy or not? Um, and again, use the answers to the economic plan to determine the following. Make sure your responses are consistent with your overall plan. So, economic plan is this section kind of right here about what are your goals. You want to be obviously you need to be efficient, productive. Environmentally friendly. What do you want to do there? Now, then we go on to the land. This is probably what I would focus on doing your economic plan and your land distribution location. This is probably would be one day's work. Now, I don't want you to go through and answer these like each of them is a separate question. Kind of read through these and this kind of summarize how you plan to do how to use your land. Will the land be privately owned? If so, who gets it and how? Should the land be owned by everyone together? Okay, so are you going to divide it up amongst the 3 or 4 of you on your island? Are you going to own it all? People are going to work for you. How are you going to do that? Again, summarize this information to paragraph formats. Make sure you put pictures, images, anything to give us a great visual of how you plan to divide the land up. And I'll show you an example here. Let me show you this. I don't know. I've got a lot of different ones here. Let me just show you this one. Let me present this one. Let me show you this. This is an example. I'm not beginning. There's your economic plan there. This is a title slide. This is their economic plan. You kind of see what they talked about there. Then it goes into the land distribution. Land's privately owned by all 5 of us. We had groups of 5, I guess, this year. And it talks about how they're going to divide it. Okay. Then you're going to see where you get to draw a map. They actually did a map, shows kind of what they're going to do on each plot of their land. So you kind of see how they're going to do their land. And obviously I can go on and show you the whole project here, but let me get back to our thing. So anyway, that is the first part of the project. Probably the next day, focus on labor. Okay, who's going to do the work? Look at that. You'll create you another slide, talk about labor, how you plan to do that. Land, natural resources. This land here deals more with your natural resources. What will you use there? Are they going to be protected? Who's going to govern those natural resources? You can't have somebody on there wasting those. So again, up to you. The capital, another slide here. What kind of capital, tools, machines are you going to use? It could be a wooden stick with yarn or string or vine to catch fish. That can be a piece of capital. Anything you use to make a product is going to be known as capital. How is it going to be attained? Most of it's going to be very simple, basic capital you're going to be using. Put you some images, pictures on there, and then there's the basic needs. So again, we're going to work on this today. We'll work on it Tuesday and Wednesday. Again, and you're just creating a Google Slides of how you're going to set up your society based on this information here, being shipwrecked and having these food products, things like that. And how are you going to survive on this island? And basically what you're going to be doing, you're not going to realize that, but you're going to be basically giving characteristics of economic systems and setting up economic systems without even realizing that you're doing that. Okay. So my goal obviously is for you guys to have fun with it and be creative with it. And again, divide it up however you want to. And then at the end of each day, there's going to be a separate little Edpuzzle on economic systems. Okay. Message me if you have any questions on it. Again, you don't have to share anything with me until you are done with it, which will be next week. But make sure you're working on your Google Slides today. Get it started. Get your economic plan started, your title slide started, and kind of how you're going to do your land today. And then Tuesday, when we get back to school, you guys can go on to the next part. So I may do a recording there, kind of refresh your memory, make sure you know what's kind of going on. So message me, guys, if you have questions, and hopefully you guys have a great day.